60 seconds to comply.
I think you'd better do what he says, Mr. Kenny.
You have 60 seconds to comply. This is minute 65.
Pod man.
Pod machine. All pod. This minute begins with Robocop remembering to uphold the law and ends with Boddicker midway through saying, "Just give me my fucking phone call."
I do love the spit take on the office, just landing on that pile.
He sure does love to spit blood everywhere.
Spit blood.
He's like a cobra, just spitting everywhere.
Oh, I was going to mention that. I actually didn't write that down, but the funny thing is, a quick tangent, fake blood is actually quite hard to get right.
Yes.
Funnily enough, I actually think they did a great job with that. Well, both spit takes. I think it helps that it was very salivary.
It's the glucose. Glucose really helps with that viscosity.
Yeah, so it's viscosity, it's coloration, texture, and so, yeah, Hollywood has been trying to get blood right for years, and I mostly remember The Amazing Randy debunking psychic surgery, and he was actually using the methods they used, and to do it, you have to use real blood, because if you use fake blood, it just looks fake, so you have to use real blood to do psychic surgery. It basically is, it's put in like a balloon.
What is psychic surgery?
Okay, oh, shit, yeah. Okay, so psychic surgery is surgery that, this is their theory, removes tumors and other bad things from your body without the need of surgical, like, cutting the body.
Okay.
It's all done psychically.
Okay.
It's all misdirection and palming. So they use, like, chicken guts and stuff like that, and that's where they remove the tumor from your body. It's practiced in a lot of Eastern or like Central American, like shamanistic.
Interesting.
It's fascinating, but it's also horrendous because a lot of people with terminal illnesses go to these psychic surgeons. They essentially pay thousands of dollars for nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're starting this minute on a good note.
Well, I want to say that the word of today is cop. Can you say cop? It's said a lot in this minute, but
yeah.
More significantly, this minute begins with Murphy, or Robocop, saying that, yes, I am a cop. And to me, I never noticed before, but I think in that minute, it's a subtle sign that there is something of his original self in there.
Yeah. I think this is the moment when, again, it becomes a bit more clarified between that personality of like the cold machine kind of, I don't know, it's kind of feels more integrated, like, the humanity's kind of there, but it's almost like the rage is subsiding. And I think that's where the props to Peter Well in this particular moment is like cold and clinical throughout this up, but the moment he grabs Boddicker by the neck and just that thing where you're like, you don't know if he's gonna kill him or not. Mwah. Although, for the beginning of this, my note is that look he gives you when Robocop asks us for some cocaine and chill. Fuck me. Kerbo Smith does some great scared acting here.
Yeah.
These are two great actors really working it. It's a great minute. Sorry, my note says, and I'll quote, great fucking minute.
Yes.
Sorry, fucking great minute.
Yeah, it's a very intense minute. Both of the actors are really bringing it. The cinematography and the camera being handheld and really up in their faces, and it's constantly moving.
Yeah. And even the sound. Oh god.
It's intense.
Yeah. There's like a whirring sound when he finally releases him. It doesn't feel like it's diegetic, but like it's a buzzing kind of like, oh shit, like the tension's finally rapiding down. It's almost like the entire movie itself is just kind of breathing a sigh of relief.
Yes.
So good.
Yeah, because until now we've never seen Robocop, as I said before, this sadistic. And there is something really scary about that. We don't care about Boddicker, or at least we're not supposed to, but in this scene you kind of go, oh, okay, this is a bit too far. I don't know if I'm okay with this.
Yeah, it's almost that thing like you kind of don't want Robocop to go over that edge, but at the same time you kind of understand if he would.
Yeah, because, I mean, Boddicker obviously is a piece of shit. He killed Murphy, he killed my man, Morton. But
He's killed a lot of innocent cops. Well,
I
Get
think
into
the
that.
way they've shot this is actually really good because it becomes real and it reminds you that, well, revenge. This is what revenge is, and this is how upsetting it is to
Yes.
really see it happen. And is it really satisfying? I don't think so.
well, this. No, you bring that up so well because becomes one of the very modern talking points about policing in a modern age, and where we are seeing. Well, it's not that it's not been there, but police violence has always been a thing. And now we're starting to see it more front and center as people are starting to able to record it. Let's be brutally honest. I'm just going to jump quickly into the commentary notes because there is a great doubling back on that. Paul describes this particular scene as a good hyperbole. This is a word I always fuck up.
Hyperbolic.
Hyperbole.
Hyperbole? Okay.
Because I've heard it mass pronounced once, and my brain always switches that to the default. Paul describes this as a good hyperbole for how the cops sometimes work. And Ed also describes a screening they held for the LAPD before the release of the movie. Okay, so he quotes, "Horrified because I thought they were going to kill me because I'm making fun of what they do." He then later said that, quote, "they love the Miranda scene and they, quote, would like that to be the Miranda technique. They, quote, would like to be the Miranda technique you can employ with everybody." This is 1987. This is not a new thing about police who want to essentially abuse rights so they can arrest the right person.
Yeah, it's a Judge Dredd type.
Heavy hair quotes.
Yeah, it's a
Yes.
Judge Dredd is a great, even though it's a British comic. Yeah,
It's satire.
it so beautifully satirizes American police because they really want to be judge, jury, and executioner.
Judge Dredd was deliberately a commentary and satire on police brutality. The problem is, of course, eventually the satire gets lost and people just think, oh, fuck yeah, I want to be Judge Dredd.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of characters like that. Yes, the Punisher is the same. I don't know if he was ever intended to be satirical, but I think when people idolize a character like that, or the Joker even, you're kind of missing the point of the character, and it's a little worrying.
Okay, so interestingly enough, Jerry Conway, who was the original creator of The Punisher, talked about this a couple of years ago regarding Black Lives Matter and the embrace of police, particularly the Blue Lives Matter movement, who are using the skull iconography of The Punisher and embracing it.
Yep.
To quote Jerry Conway when he was talking to his sci-fi wife, "To me, it's disturbing whenever I see authority figures embracing Punisher iconography, because the Punisher represents a failure of the justice system. So when cops put Punisher skulls in their cars, or members of the military wear Punisher skull patches, they're basically siding with the enemy of the system.
Yep.
He is an outlaw. He is a criminal. Police should not be embracing a criminal as their symbol."
Yeah, it's basically a symbol that says the system has failed, so I'm taking it into my own hands. But you are the system, so what?
Yeah, this actually happens in the comic. I'll probably link this article. It's an ArtNet news article from the Black Lives Matter movement. When he's approaching a group of police officers, "We're not the same. You took an oath to uphold the law. You help people. I gave that up all a long time ago. You don't do what I do. Nobody does." So, yeah, even the Punisher's just like, "No, you don't do this. Fuck you."
Yeah, I think there have been some Judge Dredd Robocop crossovers, and I'm quite interested in seeing what those are like.
Ooh.
Because Robocop is a good cop. For the most part, I mean, here is a scene where he's sort of teetering on the edge there, but for the most part, he is doing the job of a police officer as he should.
Funny you should mention that. One of the original, I've just found the picture. One of the original influences for Robocop's design was Judge Dredd.
I'm not surprised.
I'm just trying to find the article. I found the original picture.
Also, Robocop just looks so fucking badass in these last few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm a robosexual now. Wait, I always was. Anyway.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with this particular movie, is that Robocop's actions, regardless of what they are undeniably cool.
Yes. And speaking of his actions, when he drops off Boddicker at the precinct, I love that, what's his name, says, yeah, what are the charges? And
he's a cop killer.
Yeah, but he does this really cool slow turn, and then he says he's a cop killer, and then he walks out, and it's like, it's so fucking cool. So, we're not all about the abstract and philosophical bullshit. Sometimes we are just 10-year-old children very excited about a robot policeman.
Well, that's the thing as well. It's like, it's good to, it's so good to see Reed and Lewis,
yes,
briefly. But this minute also peppers in, it reinforces the idea of the strike.
Yes.
Which ultimately doesn't come about in this particular movie.
I like that they're hinting at it, though, and then they build on that.
Yeah, so it's great world building, and it's just that nice little moment before Robocop comes in. It's an establishing shot. It's got a bit of background. Again, good editing. It's not just fluff. It says something. And also that moment when Robocop brings in Detroit's most wanted criminal.
Yeah, and it's amazing that Reed doesn't immediately go, "Oh, it's Mother Yucca," and
this just kind of stuns out like, what the shit?
But then Lewis also has no reaction. She should be looking at Boddicker with this look of disgust of, "Oh, you're that guy. You're the one who killed my partner in front of me."
Well, again, I think, I agree, that's probably one of those things, but again, I think it's that thing where these cops are particularly jaded, and it's not like really Lewis and Murph. It feels like they had a long relationship, but I think even in the context of this movie, it was very short.
I mean, I feel that if I saw a man killed, even if I didn't know him, I would remember that, right?
Yeah. Time is flexible and wibbly wobbly and all that.
Maybe it's just that she sees so many people die all the time. She's just Murphy who?
I don't think it's Murphy who, but I think it's like Lewis is a tough mother. We only seen her have one moment of breakdown, and that, I think that's just a natural reaction to a devastating scene.
Yeah.
But I think she's still probably more curious about what's going on with Murphy than she gives a shit about Boddicker. In many ways, the deed is done. Well, he gets undone. My one bit of retrospect goes, we know that in the, spoilers, we know that Robocop goes immediately from here to OCP.
Yeah.
And the cops are called to take him down. And Lewis does turn up to save him. I'm hypothetically thinking she could have just gone anywhere, and it probably would have taken her time to get back to OCP if she hears the call. There's no guarantee that the cops even heard it. Was Lewis tailing Murphy? Well, okay. Was she tailing Robocop? And has she been doing this?
Yeah, actually, I've been wondering what she's been doing in the meantime. Has she... How much does she know about RoboCop? What does he get? Does he just come and go and that's it? Or I'd love to know if she was following me around.
That's just a hypothetical I'm throwing out there as a...
Writing some fan fiction.
I don't know, yeah. But explains why Lewis has been out of the picture, but she's still keenly interested. Technically, she's been ordered not to engage with the robot man at the police department.
Yeah, does he go into the break room,
Gets himself a tub of baby goo and shit in the water cooler?
Yeah, exactly. Did you catch the game last night?
What about that Tobias Fünke? I had to get the Arrested Development reference in there. But going back to the previous minutes, because we do start off with the POV in this, and I'm kicking myself that we didn't bring it up because we did run out a bit of time. But one of the big plot points from this particular section is Robocop recording Boddicker's confession, essentially, specifically the connection between him and Dick Jones. And it's really fascinating as a thing, especially when we're talking about, body cams, recorded police violence and stuff like that. It's interesting that this whole idea of switching to the first person. I did say we don't use it as essentially story in Robocop. This is the first time we actually do. Like, it's quite specifically, there's a great reason why we are looking at Robocop through the first person perspective. And it's so we can go back and go, we know he's recording this.
Yeah.
So he now has all this evidence. And it comes back again later when Dick realizes, like, we need to destroy Robocop or we're screwed. And I love that.
Yeah. I was watching the minute again, and imagine having no privacy at all like that. Just everything you do is recorded constantly.
Yeah, the existential horror that is Robocop.
I think there is a Black Mirror episode about that, where everyone has these contact lenses in their eyes, and so everything is recorded. You can just go back and have a look again.
I really should watch more Black Mirror, I'll be honest.
It's very good.
Yeah, but it's also one of those shows that I kind of get. Like, it's all about the horrors of technology and modern society and the hellscape that we're eventually going to lead to.
Well, now you're just going against what we were saying in the last episode, where we were saying that you can't get a full gist of something from a fucking synopsis.
I've not read the synopsis. I've
conjecture.
Just watched one episode.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be there, and I want to watch it.
Yep.
No. I'm not judging, though. I'm just saying.
Yep.
No, I will clarify my point. I was going to do that last episode, but I will clarify it here. I don't make comments about something I haven't seen and its quality. I'll say that I'm interested or not. That's a subjective opinion if I'm interested or not in a thing. But I won't say that Black Mirror is shit or great because I haven't seen it. I've seen one episode. I enjoyed that episode.
Well, there you go.
But I can see where it's going, and I'm not sure. I kind of need some light, fluffy stuff more at the moment.
Yes. Yeah,
And
that's definitely
why I'm
not.
watching Robocop.
Yeah, it's not light fluffy. But yeah, I'm still perplexed why everyone in the precinct is just, who is this guy? It's fucking Clarence Boddicker. You know who he is. You should know very well.
Yeah. I guess it could be one of those
He's
things
got a
where...
rap sheet a mile long.
Yeah, maybe it's one of those things where it's... Oh, wow, yeah, it's bad in context, because he has a rap sheet, but the media only has a grainy photo. And maybe it's because it's laid low long enough. We know that there's been roughly 3 months of Robocop build time.
Oh, you know what it is? Doesn't have the glasses on.
Ah! Yes, he's
Yep.
Clark Kenting it.
Yeah, they have no idea who he is. But the moment they put those spectacles back in, oh, fuck, oh, shit, okay.
Fuck, it's Clarence Boddicker! And all the guns come out immediately. That would be amazing to watch that moment where the penny finally drops and the entire precinct just goes ape shit. But Robocop wasn't there, so obviously it's not a big deal.
Yeah. That's the thing. This movie is mostly following Robocop, so that could have happened. We just don't know.
But in our headcanon, it happened.
Yes.
So the script and the book are pretty much the same. There's one bit in the book I'm just going to try and find because it made me laugh. It's at the end of the interrogation with Robocop. I said before, Robocop's a bit more, snarky and stuff like that. So we have none of that tension and stuff like that. So yeah, it's crushing Clarence and all that bullshit. So Clarence yells at him, "You don't get it, asshole. Omnicon runs the cops. You're a cop." They're actually in the turbo cruiser. Sorry, I missed that bit. And Robocop says, "Yeah, I'm a cop. A good cop." He gunned the gas and sent the turbo cruiser hurling forward. "Damn," Clarence muttered. "You just opened one fucking El Grande can of worms, my metal man." Robo nodded. That was possible. But if he had, he'd find a way to slam that lid shut again.
Yikes. I was thinking about how, a lot of novelizations, they are just It's a job. So there's
Yeah.
and it's a movie that's either about to come out or it's just come out. So the author has never actually seen it, has no connection with
They're working off an old script and
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
But to Alan Dean Foster's credit, his Black Hole novelization is really good. It really improves upon the source material. But I think there is something about fan fiction and the way, obviously a lot of it is trash, but when people are really committed and they're coming back to a story that they've had time to develop that emotional connection to, and they've really thought about, I wish this would happen or that would happen.
Yeah. So you're saying that my brain immediately went to, what's his face? God damn it, it's on the tip of my tongue. In Batminutes and Robin, they had the author that did the novelization for Batman and Robin on. It was a couple of months ago now, because they're...
Was that Peter David? No, who was that?
No, it's someone else. And essentially, this guy took a look at the script and basically went, I gotta try and fix this at some points. And I think that's the thing, when you got someone who can look at a piece of trash and goes, I gotta try and fix this somehow. So even if someone may read this, they might go, okay, now this kind of makes some semblance of sense.
Yeah, I love that. When someone's just coming into it with this idea of, okay, well, I want to make this good or fun or appealing in some way. There's a drive, there's a passion there. And I guess my point is, when you get to sequels of something, when you're making a novelization of, say, the Alien prequels, it's interesting what they bring to that, because there's all this history, and so the authors are more invested and more inclined to go, well, what if we did this? So I'd be interested to see where the other novelizations go, because Robocop as a property would have been established by then.
Yeah, like this novelization very much, like, when you read the description of Robocop, just feels like a guy wearing like hockey pants.
I'm not wearing hockey pants.
Yeah, that's what my brain went to.
Yep.
I try not to say it. Oh god, those shorts are amazing. He's described as basically just like a guy with like padding more than armor to a certain degree. It's clearly a guy trying to write about a thing that hasn't been properly visualized, and we know from like movies that made us.
He's got a big flashing light on his head. He's got
Well, we know from movies that made us that they didn't even finalize the suit until production was essentially going. So
holy shit.
Like, there's only so much a person with no pre-established knowledge can do to create a world that's exists in a script. So I think it's, hats off to some of these guys that can add something,
and it just made me realize that that's something that creators like Guillermo del Toro have. He's a Renaissance man. He can draw, and so he's able to say, he'll write that script and he's able to show a production crew, this is what this fish man should look like, roughly. And then maybe someone will do a much more detailed drawing, because his is more cartoony and abstract.
Or you get, like, he'll work with someone like Mike Mignola, and it's just like, I want to essentially take this artwork and make it real. Yeah,
and I don't think there's anything wrong with a director who doesn't have much in the way of illustration skills or anything like that.
Most don't.
Yeah. And, I mean, there's some fantastic writers who, for example, Paul Dini created Harley Quinn. And his original sketch of Harley Quinn, you can find it. It is so bad. It is very...
Oh, I have to Google this now.
Yeah. It's, it was actually on my journal a long, long time ago. I was talking to Paul Dini about this, and he showed me a scan of that original drawing. And so he handed it to Bruce Timm, and yeah, and they're actually done. I think Bruce Timm has since drawn that version. But
there is a 3D model. There's a statue.
Nice. But yeah, Bruce Timm basically looked at that and went, like the idea, we can do better.
No, here's the funny thing is, I did not know this. I literally did not know this. I'm a fan of Harley Quinn, but I was never uber fan. But I know this. That is very reminiscent of the original Harley Quinn character from DC Comics. Not Harley Space Quinn.
Harlequin.
The Harley Quinn.
Ah.
The only reason I know the Harley Quinn is that she's the mother of one of my favourite DC superheroes, Jade, and her brother, Obsidian, who are from the Infinity Inc., who are the illegitimate children of the original Green Lantern, Alan Scott.
I see.
This is Future Simon, editing in post. I did get this wrong, reflecting on editing. Rosenthorn was the parent of Jade and Obsidian. The father is still Alan Scott, but Alan Scott did marry Harley Quinn, so technically mother-in-law. Back to the episode. Holy shit, that was a deep tangent. That I'm surprised I breathed at all. The checkered stuff obviously is something that inspired the classic costume.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at... Oh, wow. Harlequin the First. Woo!
Yeah.
That's fun. That is a lot of fun.
I actually I haven't seen it in a while, so I could be completely wrong.
I'm going to cosplay as this, actually. Get me some vertical yellow and black stripes, kind of a ruff on my neck, ruff on my butt, or my waist, dunce hat, a ukulele thing. I don't know, man. I'm fucking into it.
I'm bringing it up. Yeah, so you know what I mean? Where I now say, like, yeah, like, he was clearly inspired by...
Yeah, I see where his brain was going.
Yeah.
4 clown-themed DC comic characters have carried the name... Why the fuck are we doing this on our Robocop show? I don't know. This is where we at.
We're just delaying the inevitable of talking about fucking gaslighting, I think. So, thing I meant to bring up last minute and didn't again. I'm getting really bad at this. I did bring up in previous minutes the idea that Robocop didn't actually kill any of the ones, based on a thread I saw on Reddit. Looking back over the past minute, yeah, those are corpses. They're dead. They're all dead. They're dead, Dave. They're all dead, Dave. They're all dead, Dave. They're dead, Dave. Dead, dead, Dave. Dead, Dave.
What is that from?
Red Dwarf.
Ah. So, I guess we could talk about gaslighting Robocop.
Alex, how do you feel? I feel fine, Dr. Norton.
Do we have to?
I mean, really, minute 70, all I had to say is, man in Trilby decks woman in face, ruffle mayo.
Oh! So, I replied to that when you mentioned that on Facebook, and my response was, yeah, that definitely looks like 2014. And then sent it to another person. I got a message back going, what the fuck? I was like, how the hell did this get sent to you?
What the hell? Yeah, that's happened to a few friends of mine recently. It hasn't happened to me yet, but... oh, no, it did happen to me once many years ago where it was showing the icon of one group chat. It was another.
Yeah. It's weird. Yeah, essentially 70, 71 are pretty much, yeah. No, my comment for 70 was, Novak telling, not showing. Which is pretty much...
Yeah, see, when we cut to the new segments in the original Robocop, when we have the ad breaks, it's not telling over showing. It's... I don't know, how would you describe it? It works.
It's backfilling stuff we've already seen. For example, we've
Yes.
seen Robocop, out in public, beating up bad guys, making a name for himself. We've seen very highly publicized things. And then it backfills that and adds some more context. This is like, Robocop has a press conference, and now all the media are going, geez, what about that Robocop? Yeah. Wow! Whew. Everyone loves Robocop!
As I was watching these minutes, I think the thing that was going through my mind was, I don't understand this supposed fervor for Robocop. We haven't had any real indication that that's how people were feeling about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean by... Oh, sorry, my full point is Novak telling and not showing how RoboFlag saved the world. Sorry. Because he literally does go back, he's brought peace to our streets. When? We literally just saw him blow up a cocaine factory.
We'll take
literally
your word for
seconds ago. Jesus fucking Christ. Damn this movie. Although my only comment for minute 71 was, this is how the media really works, which is essentially the Novak minutes, whatever it's called, the fucking Novak element is just like, hey, look, it's Bill O'Reilly again. I must admit, you've seen No Way Home now? Spider-Man?
Yes. Oh no, I saw the other No Way Home.
The bit that made me laugh the hardest is the moment where J. Jonah Jameson starts hawking brain pills on his show. That is a direct reference to Alex Jones.
Yes, that was great.
I laughed so hard. I think I was the only person in the cinema that did it.
I guess a lot of people just don't understand, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a direct, stab at that jackass. Well, J. Jonah Jameson's whole... Again, bringing it back, it's good commentary, but it's done so straight that... Because Sellers is more of a point-of-view character than, Dreyfuss, who comes in, and even though Dreyfuss is kind of got some valid points here... Yeah, so... It's such a media circus...
I don't know if... Oh, it's in later minutes, but fuck it, we'll just talk about it here. So the Dreyfuss Act is possibly being repealed, and Sellers comes on, and he's basically proving his point, he's getting what he wants, and saying, well, look, I've proven that people don't give a shit if it's a robot, or a man, or some kind of robot-man hybrid. Yeah.
He's being Elon Musk before Elon Musk.
Yes. Let's invest in Dogecoin and Robocops.
God. Oh god, I'm waiting for the Robocop NF fucking tease. Robocoin.
Yeah, probably.
Fuck.
I did have I went out to lunch with some people from the Cars and Coffee, and one guy just proceeded to lecture us for a long time about the bloody Bitcoin.
Cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency. Oh, guys, you should download this, and it's so easy. And say, maybe I just won't.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah, so where can we find you, Simon?
You can find me on Fandom Crossing and Helios photos, on Facebooks and YouTubes, and the things are down below. Go check that out.
Yeah.
And where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me at traviandesigns.com and all the other places. You hear it sometimes. Some episodes I do, some episodes I don't. I don't know.
It sometimes gets really exhausting to do this twice as a recording session. Part of me just wants to copy paste it. Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Yeah, it feels more authentic that way. Yeah. And yeah, go like and subscribe on the YouTubes, and you can follow us on the social medias. Simplecast, Spotify,
Apple.
Yes, Instagram and Twitter.
I forgot about Instagram.
Yeah, we've got Instagram and Twitter, so you can get notified when new episodes are out, and the podcast is where all good podcasts are found. And I think that's about it. Until next time.
Just give me my fucking Robocock.
Gross.